We are again on Tinkercad circuits, and you see previous projects we work, and one of them was designing a traffic light with Arduino. If you remember that's the project. And for today I wanted to show you how to use a breadboard to organize a project, and I wanted to use the same project I used as a traffic light, but I don't want to touch this project because probably in the future I wanted to use this again. So the easiest way to use that project for a new project is just make a duplicate of that, and it's super easy on Tinkercad. If you click on setting options, then one option is duplicate. Just click on duplicate. I already done that. This is the project, and I changed the name of the project too. So the good thing is now I have both projects. I can keep its project for a later time and work on the same project but as a new project. So I click on Tinkerdiv, and you see this is the same project. Designing an LED, and everything is the same. Coding, everything is the same. Okay. As you see, everything looks very organized here. I have the board, LEDs, resistors, everything is connected to each other. But in real world, it's not easy to connect these elements because, for example, here, for connecting LED and resistor in real world, we have to tie them or use soldering iron or that kind of things to connect those things, and sometimes it's really messy. And here we have only 7 items and some wires, but if we keep adding more items and wires, you see it's not very easy to organize that. The solution is using a board, and there are different types of boards for permanent usage and for temporary usage, and one of the best one is breadboard as a temporary solution. So I'm going to use a breadboard. Just search for breadboard, this one. Just click on that, and the breadboard is, and let me make it smaller and then bring the breadboard here. So I'm going to use this breadboard to organize this project with the breadboard. Before starting using this, it's better talk a little bit about the breadboard and how the holes on the breadboard are connected to each other. Here I have an image of a breadboard but with connected dots or holes. So it's similar to a back or inside of the breadboard. You can see how the holes are connected. So as you see, there are 2 rows on the top and 2 rows on the bottom. All of the holes on each row are connected to each other. So all of these holes are connected, and all of these holes are connected together too. So for example, if I connect an element to this hole, it will be connected to all of these. So for example, if I connect this one to the negative pole of battery, all of these are connected to the negative pole, and same for these holes and these holes. But for these holes, each 5 holes on one column are connected to each other. So these are connected, and so on. I hope you get the idea which holes are connected, which holes are not connected. Now we can come back to the project and see how we can use the breadboard to connect the elements to each other. Now I wanted to use this breadboard to organize my project. So let's first get rid of this cable. So as I said before, all of the holes on one row are connected, and you see that when I'm hovering around one of these, shows all connected holes together. So I'm going to connect this ground to this and change the color to black. And now I know that if I connect any of these elements to these holes, they are connected to the ground. So no wires left from the previous project and these elements, so I can start connecting these to the board. So let's start with red LED, probably here, and this is anode. It's supposed to be connected to the pin number 13 based on coding. If you remember that, we use number 13, number 8 and number 4. Number 13 for red, number 8 for yellow or orange, and number 4 for the green. So I have to connect this anode to number 13, and I can change the color to red, and the cathode should be connected to the resistor. So I'm just directly connected. So because these are all connected to each other, now the resistor is connected to the cathode, at the same time connected to the ground, so it works properly. So it seems that everything is connecting correctly. We just need to start simulation to see if it works. Yeah, and you see that it works properly without any issue. And if you compare this project with the previous project we've done, and you see that this is very well organized, everything is set up on the breadboard. And if we wanted to run this project on the physical board, on the breadboard, it's very easy to set up this one. Just follow this pattern and use the breadboard to connect each element on the board. That's it.